me up here and I'll be looking here and there. And
Trips.
council?
Just delayed a few minutes connecting to live stream. Mr. Chair, we're good.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Committee of Adjustments. We're going to start now. Michelle, if you want to begin with a land acknowledgement, and that'll introduce the committee to the visitors.
I acknowledge with respect that we're in the Robinson Huron Treaty Territory, that the land on which we are gathered is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe and known as Bawating. Bawating is the home of Garden River First Nation, Batchewana First Nation, and the historic Sault Ste. Marie Métis Council. Mr. Chair, if you'd like to introduce the committee.
Thank you, Ms. Kelly. To my left is Mr. Wayne Greco. To also my left is Ms. Melinda McGregor. And to my right is Mr. Anthony Rossi. My name is Joseph Greco. I'm the chair of the committee. If you'd like to start with the applications, Ms. Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've not been advised of any disclosure of pecuniary interest. Does anyone wish to disclose? Seeing none, we'll record none. No motions of deferral or withdrawal, so we'll move to our first matter on the agenda, which is an application from Sharon St. Pierre. The property address is 481 Northland Road. Ms. St. Pierre isn't in the gallery. It's pretty straightforward. There's no objection.
Are we going to pass the motions from the last, for the minutes?
Yeah. Okay, I'll have a motion. Just Mr. Chair went on to the, that's okay. I was just going to bring it up
Oh, okay.
after the, but that's okay.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Anyone
Second.
else? Oh, second.
All in favor? Motion's been carried. My apologies for screwing up your routine.
Okay. Again, it's an application from Sharon St. Pierre, 481 Northland Road. There's no objection, so I'm asking the committee to go forward with the consideration in spite of no representation.
Yep.
Okay.
That's fine.
The property is located on the west side of Northland Road between Bloor Street and Kehoe Avenue. It is designated residential in the official plan and is zoned R2 gentle density residential. The following variance is requested, specifically from section 4.2 of bylaw 2005-150, which permits projections into required yards for decks and unenclosed steps and landings to be 2.5 meters into the required yard. The applicant seeks to increase the projection of deck to 0.3 meters from the front property line and the unenclosed steps and landing to the property line. The purpose of the application is to facilitate the construction of new steps and landing with a short deck extension. Total length is approximately 3.8 meters. The home was built in 1902 and the front steps projected to the property line. The steps and landing could be replaced if rebuilt in the same footprint without variance approval. However, the applicant wishes to modernize the aesthetic appeal which necessitates the variance request. Notice of public hearing was sent by personal mail to neighboring properties by posting a sign on site and posting on the city website. As part of the application review, this proposal was circulated to the following internal departments and external agencies for their review. Building Division did not respond. Conservation Authority had no concerns or objections, but a site plan review will be required. And I just got that comment just before the hearing, so that note is not in your package. Engineering and Construction had no concerns. Fire Services had no comments. Legal Department had no comment. Planning Division had no objections. PUC Distribution Electric had no concerns. Public Utilities Commission Water had no concerns but wished to advise that the water curb valve must not be covered by the new deck. Planning had no concerns and did not anticipate any adverse effects with the application, and Public Works had no comment. My recommendation is that any approval be conditional on the deck, that the deck does not cover the water curb valve. And those are my submissions, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Kelly. Is there anybody in the gallery to speak to this? Seeing none, do we have any questions for perhaps Plant Nutting? Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion in favor of the application? Okay,
With the condition of not covering the,
That condition.
can I have a second for that motion,
I'll
please?
second that motion.
Okay, seconded by Mrs. McGregor. All in favor? Motion's carried.
moving on to tab 2 on your agenda, which is an application from Stephen and Terry Lynn Harris, application A2125, if you'd like to make your way to the podium. The subject property is 153 Palace Drive. It is located on the west side of Palace Drive between Passmore Road and Pelican Drive. It is designated residential in the official plan and is zoned R2 gentle density residential. The following variances are requested, specifically from section 4.2 of bylaw 2005-150, where permitted projections into required yards for decks and unenclosed steps and landings within 1.2 meters of an interior lot line. The applicant seeks to increase the deck projection to within 0.2 meters of the south interior lot line. The purpose is to facilitate the replacement of the existing concrete patio, which is 4.87 meters or 16 feet wide at the front, by 4.87, 16 feet long, by 6.7 meters, 22 feet wide at the rear, and replace it with new wooden deck being approximately 4.87 meters or 16 feet wide at the front, by 6 meters, 20 feet long, and by 5.79 meters being 19 feet wide at the rear. The new deck would be less than 0.45 meters or 1.5 feet high. Notice of public hearing was sent by personal mail to neighboring properties by posting a sign on site and posting on the city website. As part of the application review, this proposal was circulated to the following internal departments and external agencies for their review. Building Division had no response. Engineering and Construction have no concerns, but wish to remind the applicant that the existing grading conditions must be maintained along the gentle swale alongside the southern property line. Fire Services had no comment. Legal Department had no comment. Planning Division, staff advised that the existing patio spans from the residential dwelling to the south interior property boundary at grade. The proposed deck will span from the residential dwelling to approximately 0.2 meters or 0.6 feet from the south interior property boundary, with a height of 0.45 meters or 1.5 feet approximately above grade. Essentially, the main difference between the existing and proposed outdoor amenity space is the height of the deck. Planning staff determines that the request is minor in nature, conditional upon the proposed deck remaining unenclosed and unroofed. PUC Distribution Inc. Electric Service and Public Utilities Commission Water Service had no comments or concerns. The only recommendation I have is that any approval be conditional on the deck remaining open and unroofed. And those are my submissions, Mr. Chair. And again, it's Mr. and Mrs. Harris at the podium.
Thank you, Ms. Kelly. Mr. and Mrs. Harris, do you have any comments for the committee, or did Michelle highlight everything satisfactorily to you?
We had a copy of this.
Perfect. Any questions from committee members to the Harrises? Seeing none, can I have a motion, please?
I'll put forth a motion to approve the application with the conditions.
Thank you. Can I have a second for that motion? Thank you, Mr. Rossi. All in favor? Motion is carried. Thank you
Thank you.
for coming.
Sign come down today then?
Yes,
Can.
you can.
Moving on to tab 3 on your agenda is an application from, it's application number 82225. It's an application from Michael and Audrey Caputo, and Michael Caputo is in the gallery. The subject property is Civic number 247 Landslide Road. It is located on the west side of Landslide Road between Fourth Line East and Fish Hatchery Road. It is designated rural area in the official plan and is zoned RA rural area in the EM Environmental Management. The following variance is requested from section 8.5.2 of zoning bylaw 2005-150, which requires an interior side yard of 5 meters. The applicant proposes to reduce the north interior side yard to 3 meters for the proposed detached garage only. Purpose is to facilitate the construction of a 7.315 meter by 9.75 meter by 4.8 meter detached garage. The existing well, septic bed, and amenity space located behind the home hampers the ability to move the garage further away from the property line. The proposed side yard reduction will allow the garage to be accessed by the existing driveway. Notice of public hearing was sent by personal mail to neighboring properties by posting a sign on site and posting on the city website. As part of the application review, this proposal was circulated to the following internal departments and external agencies for their review. Building Division did not respond. Conservation Authority had no concerns or objections, but it will require a site plan review by the Conservation Authority. Engineering and Construction had no concerns. Fire Services had no comments. Legal Department had no comment. Planning Division had no objections. They don't anticipate any adverse impacts from the proposal. PUC Electric, no concerns. Public Utilities Water, no concerns. My comment is there's been no objections. No evidence has been presented to indicate that approval would create any adverse effect or impact. And those are my submissions, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Kelly. Is there anybody in the gallery to speak to this matter? Oh, we've got somebody.
Again, it's Michael.
The owner.
Okay, did Michelle highlight everything? Perfect. Does any committee members have questions for Mr. Caputo?
No.
Nope. Seeing none, can I have a motion, please?
Acceptance. With the comments by staff.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a second for that motion? Thank you, Mr. Wayne Greco. All in favor? Motion is carried.
Thank you.
You're all good, Mr. Caputo. Thank you. You too, thank you. Mr. Spatafor, which matter is yours? Fourth Line West? Is that our last one anyways?
It is.
It is, okay.
Application B1325 is an application from 2707728 Ontario Inc. They're the owners of Civic number 418 Fourth Line West. It is located on the north side of Fourth Line West between Goulet Avenue and Brule Road. It is designated rural area in the official plan and is zoned R1. Estate residential, R3 with a special provision being low density residential, and EM environmental management, and PR Parks and Recreation. The applicant is seeking the committee's consent to sever a westerly interior strip of land that currently separates Civic numbers 412 Fourth Line West and 424 Fourth Line West and attach it to these parcels as a lot addition. The severed land would be approximately 1.077 meters in depth and approximately 100.1.2 square meters in area. The retained lands remain at approximately 129 hectares. The purpose of the application is to bring about the consolidation of Civic number 412 Fourth Line West with Civic number 424 Fourth Line West. Notice of public hearing was sent by personal mail to neighboring properties by posting a sign on site and posting on the city website. As part of the application review, it was circulated to the following internal departments and external agencies for their review. Building Division did not respond. Conservation Authority had no concerns. Engineering Construction had no concerns. Fire Services had no comments. Legal Department had no comment. Planning Division had no objections. Public Utilities Distribution for Electric Services had no concerns. Public Utilities Commission for Water Services had no concerns. My comments are there's been no evidence presented to date to indicate that approval of this request would have a negative impact. There is no new lot creation proposed, and as such, a parkland levy is not applicable. Recommended conditions to attach to any approval are transfer deed of land, certificate application fee, reference plan, PIN abstract, and PIN map. Minor variance application if required, which is just customary. Discharge of charge or mortgage, partial discharge of charge or mortgage, payment of municipal taxes, undertaking to provide a consolidation transfer, and subsections 3 or 5 of the Planning Act will apply to any subsequent conveyance of or transaction involving the parcel of land that is subject to this consent. And those are my submissions, Mr. Chair.
Thank
And
you.
again, it's Mr. Spatafora at the podium.
You. Mr. Spatafora, do you have any comments or questions for the committee?
About the application,
Correct.
two things then. The first thing is I appreciate the application. I don't know what else is in the list, but I appreciate it being moved up.
No,
There are other-
it was the last one.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I was hoping that there would be more because then I could sit over here and hide for a little bit. Anyways, realistically, I have nothing to add. I wasn't sure if there would be an opposition to it showing up. So
Yep.
sometimes it's better to just stay quiet.
Okay, any comments or questions for Mr. Spatafora from committee members? Seeing none, can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion.
Approve the application. Thank you, Mr. Greco. Can I have a second for that motion?
I'll second that with the conditions.
Okay, all in favor? Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Spatafora.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
'Cause it's a separate
Your light's on there, Mr. Rossi, on your phone.
Thank you, sir.
ceremony. You know,
If I could have a,
Okay, so,
Mr. Chair, just acknowledge adjournment.
hearing adjourned.
Thank you.
Hit the hit.
Yeah, you both.